You guys are in the midst of a road trip, whether you realize it or not, and there's no turning back now. Oh, you're probably wondering by now, where the heck am I taking you? I'd be wondering that too. Well, let me tell you, we're heading up to Las Vegas, baby. Yeah. Check this out, Joshua trees in the middle of Arizona. So yeah, I mean, it's every time I drove through here, I was always really curious about this. It's just a random spot in the middle of the Sonoran Desert. Really, I think where the Sonoran Desert kind of overflows into Mojave Desert and other types of plants. They kind of mesh together here for whatever reason. I don't know the biological reason for that, but it's pretty cool. And you can see on both sides of the highway, I mean, it's just a really thick forest. What I'd really like to know is if are there hiking trails back there? You just see a couple pull-offs. This is what's known, I believe, as the Joshua Tree Parkway, this section of Route 93. So I don't know. I would like to explore this more thoroughly, so if any of you guys know anything about this, let me know in the comments. So we are well north of Kingman now, heading towards Vegas still, of course. And yeah, you could really start to see the desert change a lot once you get past Kingman. Really starting to meld into the Mojave Desert here. Not sure if I'm full on in the Mojave or not. Never really studied up on that, but I really dig Nevada, and the deserts in Nevada, like above many other ones. I love it. This is kind of nice in here. It's a different vibe than the main area. I am staying in a suite, by the way. Alright, so here I am at my suite at the Luxor, one of the Tower Premium Room suites with a king-size bed. You've got like a living area, a bedroom, and a nice big bathroom. So let me give you a tour of this. Nice little lounge area. You've got a table and a little bar. So over here at the bar area, one thing that I liked a lot is you have a fridge. And right next to the bar, you have a little seating area there for two. I guess you can enjoy some cocktails. And here's like your little living area. You get a couch, little coffee table, and a television, end table, lamps. It's cozy. One of my observations here is, you could see some age in some of the stuff here, little nicks in the walls and other things, and this couch is no exception. I mean, you can kind of see almost like it's lighter in color there. You could see some threads kinda popping out. And my favorite thing, there's glitter in the couch. Glitter embedded in the couch. Now, one thing that's not creepy is the view from this room. I'm on floor 13. You can see the Tropicana across the street. We're on the south end of the strip, by the way. And over there is the MGM Grand, that green building. Alright, so the bed situation here, my first impression, so I arrived last night, so I've spent a night already. I sat on the bed and it felt like definitely has had its use. You kind of feel springs, or you think you do. It's very subtle, not like poking you or hurting you or anything like that, but it just feels like an older mattress. The bed's decent. I'm not gonna say it's the best ever, but it's fine. Across from the bed is like a little chest with a television. I never really showed you the carpet either. Like, it's dark brown and tan. Perfect for hiding dirt, right? And the artwork's not horrible, I've seen a lot worse, but I wouldn't say it's exactly my taste, but it fits. And here's a little nightstand next to the bed. It's got a little alarm clock over there, sanitized remote control for the TV, and a phone. And then there's your blackout curtain. Went ahead and drew it up just to show you if you want to take a nap in the afternoon, this is the place to do it. And then right off the bedroom here is the bathroom. And then you have his and hers sinks. And they've done a pretty good job cleaning around here. No major gripes. I see what look like little smudges here and there, but it could just be the metal or that material, or like residue from cleaning products or something like that. It's fun to make funny faces. And there's the toilet. You know, I feel it's clean. No complaints there. And then you have this pretty deep bathtub. I actually sat in that last night. I may have some footage we'll insert here since that was from the other take. But yeah, it was very comfortable, I thought. And then the shower here. I mean, there's some little scratches in the glass there. And then yeah, you have your that same tile that you find throughout this entire thing. It's very uniform. You know, for me, like a bathroom like that compared to some of the campgrounds where I have to take showers, that's luxury. So some of you might feel like it's already kind of showing its age and not as nice. And it does a little bit, but I really like the bathrooms a lot here. So overall, maybe let me give you my 2 cents. I'm not even gonna say it's a review, but what I think is overall, the vibe, right? The core, the design, what they did, really everything goes well together. It's got a darker, more mellow mood to it. And I like that. Very modern, like whoever did this did a good job. You know, outside of the really good stuff, it's place has blemishes. You've seen a few examples like nicks in the wall, smudges in the wall, threads coming out of the couch, glitter in the couch. Now tie together the good with the bad, and what do you get? Well, I would say, would I stay here again for the price? I would. I absolutely would. It's just you feel like you're in a more luxurious room just because of the design, but it feels a little musty, a little used, I would say. I'm on the hunt for food. I see a sign that says breakfast. Okay, so it's Johnny Rockets. I'm assuming they're still serving breakfast because that's what I really want. All right, so success. I went to Johnny Rockets and I ordered their American breakfast, which are some pancakes, eggs, tater tots, I think, and maybe bacon. Give me a buzzer, so I'm just waiting for it to be ready. I'm gonna take it up to my room. So this is what I believe is called the American breakfast. Came with a couple of pancakes. They've already put butter on it for me. It's kind of soaked in to the pancake. Oh my God, this is way too much food. I did not realize it was this much. Oh my. Oh, and I should note too, it also came with like a juice or your choice of a small drink. They also gave me like ketchup, syrups, more butter, everything I could need here. So I should be set. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here. It's still warm. I felt the heat coming off of that. Let's try one of these guys. It's a tater tot, but it's good. And now let's try the eggs. Those are scrambled eggs. Yeah, pretty hard to mess that up, I guess. So let's dig into the biscuit next. All right, I'm just gonna kind of pick off a piece. It feels flaky. Doesn't feel stale at all. So that's good. I'd say a very generic biscuit, but good. Definitely flaky, warm, not stale. So that worked for me. Now I'm gonna just kind of poke this thing here, and I'm just gonna go straight in for the kill. That's better than I thought it was gonna be. A lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Very flavorful. So far, I'd say this is, you know, between the hash browns, or not the hash browns, the tater tots and eggs and biscuit, this is the best thing on the plate so far. And now, the pancakes. Probably the thing that made me order this the most. I think I need to put some more butter on that. I don't have a good method for doing this. This is always like, my methodology is just get some butter underneath and hope it melts evenly. My prediction is it's just gonna be a pretty generic pancake with some generic house syrup. Probably not as good as the Apple Annie's cider syrup we had recently, which I will put a link down below to that video if you want to see some really good pancakes and syrup. Here we go. It's delicious. It's good. It's pancakes, you know. And what are you gonna do? So, how many of you guys are like me and you come to a place like Vegas and you don't really want to party too hard? You don't want to be in the smoky casinos, you're not really into gambling, whatever, but you like coming here anyway. Why the heck is that? Well, I think I figured it out. For me, it's the theming. I always love that big Sphinx up there too, keeping sentinel over the strip. I love that design of the casino. Yeah, just so cool looking. So for any of the viewers out there that know how to read hieroglyphics, like this Egyptian writing, my question for you is, does that mean anything, or is it just completely for decoration? Okay, one thing that I love off the bat is you just see the top of the pyramid up there. So cool. So I walked up the strip about as far north as New York, and came back mainly because it's getting to be dinner time and I'm hungry and I need to make sure to find something before everything closes because things do close early here. I've come back to the food court. I was hoping that Nathan's Hot Dogs is open, and it is. So I don't want Johnny Rockets twice a day. There's also this chicken tender place over here. So they give you a buzzer while you wait, so when it's ready it'll buzz. It's kind of nice so you don't have to stand and wait up there. That was fast. Okay, so it should be a cheese dog, I believe, and fries. Let's see if I can open this guy. Okay, so those are the fries right there. So that's cool. That's what the fries look like at Nathan's. I've never had them before. They're really thick. And this should be the cheese dog, I believe. The grand unboxing. Trying to do this one-handed is not easy, to be honest, but oh my god, look at that. Dude, that is cheesy. That's a lot cheesier than I thought. Alright, man. I guess I'm excited. Alright, let's taste some of this stuff up in here. This here is the crinkle cut French fry from Nathan's. You could see the thickness. Like, use my fingers maybe for scale. Not quite 2 finger widths, but wider than your average, like if you think of Ore-Ida, those frozen French fries you can buy, the crinkle cuts. These are much thicker, but they're also like narrow too. Almost not like waffled down, but anyway, I really am curious to try these here. You know what? Okay. The inside is like a baked potato type of texture. No lie. Like, if one of you guys tries these or have had these, tell me if you concur. Or maybe it just was the way it was cooked. I don't know. But delicious. Really good French fries, actually. The best fast food fries I've honestly had in recent memory. All right, so I wanted to get a better look at this before I demolish it. You could see the cheese oozing out there. Okay, so let's get in on this hot dog. Wow. There is cheese, it's all over my fingers now, so. Okay. The hot dog, very flavorful. It's got a lot of spice. I was expecting a regular hot dog, and it's unique. It has a pull to it also. Kind of like a sausage, you know, would have a little bit of a pull and snap. It's got a little bit of that too. Almost a little bit of a smoky flavor on it. And that cheese on there, no joke, that cheese is like, it's nacho type cheese. Not much flavor to it, but it does ooze out. So it has not congealed, it's remained in its liquid form somehow. So you know what kind of struck me as funny just now? I'm really getting into this fooding on these episodes. So number one, you know why I'm putting on weight if you haven't noticed that. Number two, it's like I'm not trying to be a fast food review channel, and it seems like if I'm not careful, I'm heading into that territory. So I don't think I'll be doing a lot of this on this channel, but it's kind of fun because Nathan's is kind of novel. I don't have them around where I live, as far as I know, so you don't get to have it every day. So sometimes in the sub-world of the fast food court area, there's good stuff to be found. So what the heck just happened? I actually just went to Las Vegas, and I accomplished nothing that I set out to do. Not a single thing. However, strangely enough, I ended up having a pretty good time. So what I had set out to do was to make multiple videos of various exhibitions, like the couple at the Luxor Bodies the exhibition and like the Titanic exhibition, and did research in advance, even checked in advance to see if I saw anything that said no video. And of course I get there and I inquire before buying my tickets that yeah, you're not allowed to film video, only allowed to take still photos. So considering that I'm doing YouTube here, that didn't make sense. So that squashed that. Then I had other things that I had planned on doing that involved being kind of out on the strip. And I did do some of that, but lots of sketchy stuff going on, man, on like multiple levels that I've never really seen to that extent in Las Vegas before. So that was like, that kind of shortened that endeavor. And then I ended up just spending most of the time in my hotel room, which ended up, by the way, ended up being just totally fine. It just turned out that hanging out in the room, strangely, became very therapeutic for me. Just maybe it's the change of scenery, but I, needed to de-stress from my normal job, my day job, and I ended up just geeking out on the Nintendo Switch most of the time, which I never do that. I don't play games that often, but played some Mario Kart and some other stuff, and just really got engaged with it, completely focused on it, and that was the best thing I could have asked for. That's exactly why we go on trips, is to disconnect for a while, So wasn't looking for disconnect in that area, but that's what it ended up being. And for that reason, it ended up being a great trip because it was just what the doctor ordered. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, all that other social media stuff I usually say at the end.